Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode of PMP Mastery. Now this episode is very interesting because it combines what we have learned so far. We have learned so far in the episode first Agile, then we went to Scrum, right? We Scrum and then stakeholder communication, team, risk, quality, procurement, scope, schedule, cost, and today is integration. Integration and closing, I always say that. So, in this episode, we are going to talk about the one of the most important thing, and that is how do we combine every single thing. The job of the project manager is more of a integrator. He get the information and combine them. We have discussed about 18 plans and 33 documents. If you have not watched previous video, I do recommend go through this playlist. I will also put one article that is 18 plans and 33 document on my LinkedIn. Highly recommended. Go through that article also. Now, we make project management plan. Project management plan consists of 18 plans: scope management plan, schedule, cost, requirement, stakeholder, all three baselines. All plans are there. So here we are combining that thing. So you get all the plans, right? Project management, look into that and make a project management plan. And now this plan will be utilized to carry out every single thing. Of course, the sponsor will approve this plan, and now we have something to work into that way. Now, a very important thing, two things: configuration management system or configuration management plan. Anything that changes your product, like the version we are going to use, the version system we have, it will be tackled by configuration management system. That will be impacting the product operation side, the long term thing. Configuration management plan. Anything that changes our project, we have a change management plan to handle it. So change management plan talks about how the changes in the projects will be handled, managed, approved. We have a change control procedure, and of course sponsor as a head of change control board, which will approve any of the change, right? Which will approve any of the change. Now I'll go to the change control journey that you can understand in a better way. Say that change has been requested. Anyone can request a change. Any stakeholder can request a change. Whoever requests the change, the first step will go into change log, right? So this means the change has been raised formally. It goes to change log. It goes to the project manager. All changes must go to the project manager. He can reject those change, and if he reject, right here we have, he can reject those change. If he reject, he will communicate according to communication management plan, right? But if you think, okay, that change is good, it is impacting the deliverable or it is needed, he will do the impact analysis. Scope impact, how it impacts scope, schedule, cost, quality, risk, procurement, customers, all the constraints. All the constraints will be checked for the impact, how they are impacting the project. Once he think, okay, this change is needed, he has done detailed impact analysis, he will send to change control board. Now again, change control board can approve or reject the change. If they reject the change, again I am gonna put this diamond symbol. If they reject the change, we will communicate according to change control, according to communication management plan. If they approve the change, we will update the change log. We update the change log at every stage. We will implement that change. We will implement that change. Once the change is implemented, we again rebalance the project. What do I mean by rebalance the project? I'll go back and look into that scope, schedule, cost, quality, procurements are back to the agreed plan. A very important thing, one change request is enough to update all the plans. For example, let's say a stakeholder has been changed, a new stakeholder is there. You already put it in stakeholder register, then the analysis, power interest matrix, and now you want to update the plan. So one plan will be able to update all the plans. One CR is enough. The change request can be a preventive action. You identify something bad has happened, you want to change it, or you identify some good thing, a corrective action or defect repair. Preventive, corrective, defect repair, anything can be this. So change requests are important thing, a very critical thing. This is used for predictive. If the question is about agile, all the changes in agile will directly come to the product owner. Changes come to product owner, he will look at the changes and he will handle those changes, right? He will take all the changes, put in the product backlog. There is nothing, he does not reject a change. All changes come to the product owner, he put it in the product backlog. Once the changes in the product backlog, now he prioritizes by value and risk, and if it is needed, we will handle it accordingly. But in summary, all the changes in agile come to the product owner and we will use those changes. If the question does not say it's agile or it's predictive, we will consider that question as a hybrid, and in hybrid we will follow the predictive method of change control. So that's all about integration. You need to know project management plan is created, you need to know about how the configuration management system, how the change management system are happened, how the change management system is dealt. That is more than enough that you need to know about that. Now, steps of closing the project. When you are closing the project, okay, when you are closing the project, there are two ways. Project is successful or project is unsuccessful, right? Oh, unsuccessful. So why it can be unsuccessful? Risk is too much. You don't have money. The budget is out. Project is not valuable to the organization. Organization strategy change. It can be thousands of reasons. Whatever the reason, the project has to close. Here, successful project has been accepted by the client. Accepted by the client. Okay. Accepted by the client, and you have received final approval. Okay. In both of these cases, you get step number one is get approval from sponsor. Here, you can escalate to the sponsor and then sponsor can tell you. Second thing, start writing the final report. Now, final report will be the summary of an entire project. What the major risk, major team management, things that can be used for the project. This final report you will start writing. You will update the benefit management plan, very important. And of course, the benefit management plan lessons will also be reflected back to the final report. That is also critical. Whatever the lessons you learned from the final report, the benefit plan, you may refer it. So why we are looking for the benefit management plan, why we are updating? The benefit owner and the business analyst, we want to make sure the benefits for which the project was created, the reason for which the project was created, the reason is still reflected here, and we get that reason. The benefit management plan will be updated. You start writing, fourth step, you start writing project document, all that issue log, etc., and you start writing lesson learned register. Both of these project document and lesson learned registers are everybody responsibilities. Once lesson learned registers are written, it goes to lesson learned repository. Once project documents are updated, it goes into project archive. Both of them will go to OPS, organizational process assets, for our future things. Now, once this is done, final report is written, will show to the sponsor and share it according to communication management plan. It's an important thing. Many people say that what about the procurements? Procurements are closed throughout the project. Throughout the project. And before closing the project, we will, if the claims are open, the things are open, we will escalate that to the procurement department and we will put in that in the final report. These claims are open, and if there's some lessons learned are there from the previous project, we will also put it into that. Once sponsor final report, all the documents are updated, we do administrative closure, start, uh, ask the team to leave, like release team, and finally maybe celebrate success. Okay, so these are some of the sequence that we need to know. The most critical one is get approval from the sponsor. Okay, if the project is successful, the client has given the approval, now we need sponsor approval, and then the final report is the next step. We do update the benefit management plan. That's a very critical thing. We don't update it anywhere else, but we are updating it, reviewing it here to make sure project is successful or unsuccessful. Now, once you are doing that thing, we also need to make sure one more activity, transition activity, right? Once you are doing that, one activity that is done parallel transition, you make sure that the operational team is properly trained. Operational team is properly trained, they know how to use that. Maybe you need to give phase wise transfer to them, so that once the project is given to them, that is workable. Many project managers just complete the project and go, and they don't think about the transition activity. Guys, the organization hired you for their benefits, not just to make the project. Nobody make the project to make the project. The projects are done for some kind of benefits. If the benefits are basically realized by operations, if those benefits are not realized, then maybe they don't rehire you. So make sure that operational team is ready. So that's the entire thing about the closing. So that's actually kind of sums up the entire mastery series. I will do one more video on it, about the business environment domain, and maybe covering the, which I call in my courses and trainings, the fundamental domain, the where I will explain OPS, EF, compliance, governance in the next video. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you are subscribed and click the bell icon so that you can get the notification when I will upload this video as well as the next video. And of course, I put a lot of content in for the PMP. Don't miss those content. And if you want to read the book, this fast way to PMP is more than enough. But if you don't want to read any book and you want to get the PMP done without reading any book, this program is starting on 19th of April, the group program, or you can join one-to-one program anytime. I hope you have enjoyed this series as of now. One more time, if you haven't watched this series, I'll put the entire playlist here. If you are starting watching it for the first time, start with video number 1. I would recommend stakeholder communication, team, agile, risk, scrum to watch it 2-3 times unless you can make the flow of that. That is very critical. And if you have any question, any comment, feel free to put it. And what did you learn today from this video? Put in the comment. I would love to know it. Thank you very much. And today is Eid for us, so happy Eid to everyone. Bye bye.